Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's October 1st, so 2 more months in this year and then it's done. That's incredible. Okay. Um Wednesday. So I've talked about it before. Some days you'll get a good episode and some weeks it's kind of like just to get along to the end of the week. So um I don't know. Today's episode was about whether or not Victor and Michael Baldwin are working together. And, of course, Lauren doesn't want that because of what he's been through in the past. But yet, she understands his loyalty to a point to Victor. So she was right about that today. And then the other storyline was, of course, Jack was involved because um, Jack and Victor were talking about for 2 days whether or not they were going to team up against Kane for the greater good. Because I've talked about this also a little bit, but not as much. Okay, usually you have two dynamics when it comes to certain things. You have best friends who are like tight, and then you have people who are like just adversaries from the word go. Okay, Victor and Jack are the adversaries. So the fact that they team up, it's unheard of, completely unheard of. Okay, so you have to remember that. Have that in the back of your mind so that whenever it happens, you'll understand why, and then if it blows up, you'll understand why too. Okay. Um. Okay. And the other major storyline was Claire and Kyle and the fallout from the breakup, which she broke up with him. So technically, he didn't break her heart. So if you go back to where Victor made a deal with Kyle about if he ever breaks her heart, he owes Victor $5 million. But she broke up with him. And she broke up with him because she feels like she's always been somebody else and she hasn't been able to have her own mind and make her own decisions. She laid it out really plainly to him. And then he's being a complete uh, guy. Okay. So, which I don't like the storyline, not because of I I told you that when there's young love, you have two kinds. Well, usually. It's either going to be fleeting, which is like a couple of dates and it just disappears or whatever, or if they want you to have longevity, they're going to have the trials and tribulations, and ultimately, if they want you to, you'll get back together and you'll overcome anything, and then in the end, you'll be stronger. So I really believe that that's the way they're going with it, but the way they're writing it is kind of opposite of that, completely opposite of that. So okay, I thought that Kyle would be a grown up and accept what she said and just say, okay, well, good luck. I'm still here if you, I don't know, change your mind or if you still want to be back with me, whatever. He could have left the door open for that possibility. But the way he's talking to her and the way that he is just being, I'm like, I would, if I was in the shoes, I would close the door myself because I'm like, how dare you speak to me like that? And how dare you tell me that I can't make up my own mind? And I'm telling you why I broke up with you, and you're not believing me, and you're putting it on, oh, well, you broke up with me so that you could be with him. Is it? It just happens to be a coincidence that he's gonna be there and you're gonna be there, and you didn't plan it. And I'm like, she told you why she broke up with you, man. Accept what she said. I think she's grown enough to know what's in her head. Man, at that point, I was like, dude, you made the right decision and just leave him. And I didn't think that I would get there. Like, honestly, okay, I come from it from another side too. Um, okay, she said she wanted to make her own mistakes and whatever. Okay, so if this is a mistake, then let her make it. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying if it is, let her make it. The only way she's going to know what she wants is to make mistakes and figure her way out. The best thing you can do is be there for her anyway. You don't have to be a guy about it. Man. Man. Okay, so if in the writing the point was to piss me off, congratulations, you've done it. Man. Okay. Yeah, so and then now we're still in the waiting pool because we have to wait to see what happens with Tessa and Daniel and that whole thing. And then we have to see what happens with the Michael, Victor, Jack thing. But that'll happen, in the coming weeks or whatever. Okay, another side note, slightly from yesterday's episode. Um, Sally called Jill to try to give her an investment opportunity and help them with the company. But Jill saw it as um, like a manipulation tactic, but it wasn't like that. So I really want Jill to come there in town and see for herself the whole thing. I think that's the only way it's going to be. Uh, she's going to understand it fully because if she doesn't, she's going to go on her preconceived notions about Billy and all their history. So I just wanted to button that up. All right. Bye, everybody.